Anthony, we had a little bit of fun talking to Kuz about not having to rock the goggles, which you rocked them back in the day,
Right.
if I'm not mistaken. What do you remember about wearing those?
Well, I needed a prescription, so I had to wear them. They had a lot. I'll say cooler looking now than when I had them. If you get hit, obviously keep falling off your face and stuff like that. So hopefully you don't have to wear them for too long.
So they're tough to kind of obviously function with.
Mine. Well, just because if they fall off or something, then it's tough for me to see.
Mm-hmm.
He can see without them. So if they fall, he still be able to see and play. But me, I couldn't.
Yeah.
This trip ends in New Orleans for you guys. It was 3 games before, so I'm not trying to get too far ahead of it. But do you feel like this is a big trip for you personally, coming back from the #1 team in the league on this road trip?
Yeah, we've been good on the road thus far. We want to make sure we keep it going. Obviously, for teams that are more than capable of beating us, and we want to make sure that we come out of this road trip 4-0.
You guys have been talking about wanting to improve offensively, overall. Does that give you more optimism about how good this team can be, that your record's already this good and you don't feel like you've hit your offensive ceiling?
For sure. And like I always say, that's a scary thing. We continue to work to be better offensively and executing our sets and playing with a lot more pace, getting out in transition, and yet we still are finding ways to win games. So we know that we have to change that immediately, or later on in the season it's going to be tougher to win those games. But right now we're getting away with it, and we constantly in practice trying to get better.
What do you think got you going further away from the basket last game?
There's no hesitation. Obviously the day before, I feel like I needed to get back into a rhythm, and I was out here playing one-on-ones with Coach Penberthy and Rondo. Just getting live game reps, live game looks, and kind of carried over to the game.
You guys, you've been around the league long enough to know a record like 12-2. You're going to hit some adversity at some point. You're going to hit some rough patches. You feel like a team like this is built to withstand things like that, given how many veterans you guys have?
For sure. And we talked about that today. That hopefully not, but soon enough, adversity is probably going to hit, and we're going to go through, a stretch where something is happening, and we prepare for that. So we got a lot of veteran guys who been through tons of adversity throughout their career, and mentally preparing guys for it. And we have a veteran coaching staff as well who's been through it, and we try to make sure that we stay ready for it.
How different is it when you're young and you lose 3 games in a row in the NBA? Does it feel like the end of the world?
Yeah, it does, especially when you want to win so bad. So if you lose 3, 4, 5 in a row, especially now, the way the teams are in the league, you can fall very far behind, and it's tough to catch up. And then you try to win 3, 4, 5 in a row just to get back to 500 or whatever. So it could be tough, but you just got to keep fighting.
Given your regards to LeBron and his passing, which I think he's averaging 11 assists, are you conditioned to pretty much expect a pass from him, just to be on alert at all times?
Yeah, he's a great late passer. When you think he's going to finish, he's passing the ball to an open man. And so he had one in the game the other day when we were probably 2 feet from each other. He threw an 80-mile-per-hour fastball to my hand, and I missed. And so you just got to always expect a pass from him until he actually shoots the ball. And that's what makes him so good, because he gets to the paint with ease, and he's still able to find guys.
The process of developing a chemistry with him, has it been pretty much what you expected?
Yeah, anytime you got a guy like him who's selfless and wants to, make guys better around him, the chemistry for the entire team is going to be easier. And we just come in and try to figure out how to, make his job easier, and he try to figure out how to make our jobs easier. So, playing with a guy like LeBron has been nothing but great.
Given your ability to defend all over the floor, how does the mentality change in terms of being effective for you out on the perimeter?
Try to lock in, no matter who the defender is. Obviously, it's some stuff that I've been, doing a lot of my career, like playing Gallo, chasing pin downs and, all that type of stuff. But it's something that we work on, and I getting more comfortable with. And that's the fun part, up for new challenges every game, with some of these guys that we play against, especially the way the league is now. There's a lot of stretch for us, and, they're doing things that guards do. And so it makes it, a challenge for me, but at the same time fun and knowing that my teammates got my back.
The conversation you mentioned about the eventual adversity you guys are going to hit, was that led by the coaching staff? Was that just you and the players talking about it? What was
that was a lot of LeBron in our first team meeting, and then coach as well. Said something today about it. We not gonna stay hot like this forever, and so it's gonna be whether it's this road trip or later on in the season or whatever, something's gonna happen and some adversity is gonna hit where we might lose 2 or 3 in a row. And it's not a time to panic. He tells us all the time, Coach tells us all the time, stay even keel. We're not going to get too high on wins or too low on losses. Stay even keel and just try to work through it.